Hi everyone. So this is my website, my ePortfolio. One thing that I learned from a marketing student a few years ago is that your website should have several different elements to the first page, usually called click to action, I think is what they're called. And obviously, I'm not going for a full on marketing e-portfolio here. This is just something that I learned. So, right away on the front page of my website, you get the welcome statement here. You also have the pages. But as you scroll, you'll notice that there's different sections right there on the first page that basically gives a rundown of me and what I do just based off of visuals. So I have my action statement, little bit of my portfolio here, but not a lot, just a few pictures, I think, on either end of this. Just a quick background of my story, and obviously there is a link up at the top that they can click on as well. And then down here, this is not something that was required for this assignment, but just showing what I offer and what I can do, and then a little snippet of that. So allowing my webpage to have like just right there at the first, if I only get 5 seconds to capture somebody's attention, this is what I wanted to be able to do. And then obviously going into my different pages about me, it includes my story, a little bit of who I am and my business, a background on my education, and obviously a little bit of my business background, and going into that and how I came up with my business. So that's in here. My leadership style, I may have been a little too literal with this one. I did go back to our assignment where we took the personality test, and I did put that in there. And then I also had just included some of just my background in what I've done and how my leadership kind of incorporates into that. The big picture page, it includes the problem, the solution, and the value portion of the assignment, as well as obviously has more visuals for my business. And then my work samples, obviously, because I'm a photographer, my work samples are my biggest draw. I call it eye candy. People really like to see the images. They like to see what they're getting. And so that's really where I'm able to capture people's attention, which is why on the first page I included several examples of my work there, just eye-catching images. So again, I didn't include obviously 20 years worth, just enough to be able to say, hey, you know what? These are the things that I can do. I don't just do families. I don't just do weddings. I've worked with infants doing newborn photos. I've worked with animals, all these different elements to what I do and what I provide. So this is me in a nutshell. This is my business in a nutshell. And I really like the way that I was able to put my personality into it. I don't think that I would do anything differently necessarily. I mean, I've put together websites before, obviously, for my business. So the fact that I focused a little bit more on myself personally, especially within the big picture and the leadership style and the about, having that be about me, it was a little different because normally it's about what my clients can expect, pricing, packages, basically all the details that they would need to know about the business portion and not necessarily about me. So this was really different for me, but I don't think that I would necessarily do anything different for this particular ePortfolio. So I did go through as far as like the development process from beginning to end. Obviously, I started with my front page and what I had learned from that marketing student several years ago, and started there and just went with a basic layout, and then I built upon that, added in more details as I took it page by page, usually just starting with very basic paragraphs and then adding in more as I went. And yeah, as far as learning, applying things that I've learned, I don't think that I necessarily haven't applied anything that I've learned into my business and my business platform. I've been very fortunate in being able to learn from others, but also teach myself and do my own studying and learn my own skills as far as how to promote myself and market myself and my business in the last 20 years of owning my business. So I've been pretty fortunate in that, that I'm not necessarily starting from scratch. And so, it just, like I said, it was a different thing to be able to focus on myself versus my business. So you still get a lot of my business in it, but it's more about me and why this is important to me. So anyway, hope you like it. I hope you like looking through it. And thanks for joining me.